In this video, I want to help you figure out if print on demand is right for you. I have a 10-question quiz that you can do to help you figure that out. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juno with Detour Shirts. I've been on print on demand since 2005, and so I know a few things about what it takes to run a print on demand store. I've been doing it for a long time, and I want to help you to learn if print on demand is something right for you. I don't think it's right for everybody, but it can be right for a lot of people. And I made this quiz for you, a 10-question quiz, to help you figure it out so you don't have to spend years and years trying print on demand to figure it out. I think this quiz will kind of help you learn what print on demand is, what kind of qualifications you need, and all those things. And I made this quiz super easy because all the answers to this quiz is yes. If you can answer yes to all 10 questions, then print on demand is probably right for you. You'll probably do really well and be able to stick with it and learn how to grow with it as times change and things like that. So let's get into it. I'm gonna do all 10 one at a time. I'll put the big question up here so you can read it, and I'll explain why this is important. So question number 1 is, are you looking for a business you can start with $0 down? And the answer to this question is yes. And in fact, I think this is why most people want to start print on demand. It's one of the few businesses that you can start with $0 down. You don't need any money to start. You can start right away. If you have designs, you can load it up to Redbubble, TeePublic, Merch by Amazon. If you can get in there, it doesn't cost any money, but you need to wait to get in there to be invited. But there's so many print on demand shops online that you can start for free. All you have to do is sign up, put in your information there, and just start uploading. It doesn't cost you anything. And because it doesn't cost you anything, a lot of people want to start it. If your answer to this question is yes, you're on a good track. But that's not on, there's 9 more questions. So if that is your only yes, I don't think you should start print on demand just because you want to start a business with zero money down. I know a lot of people think this is the way to go. I'm not going to lose any money. The risk is super low, right? But there's other factors that you need to think about if you want to start print on demand. So let's take a look at the second question in the quiz. So question number 2, are you okay with not making any money for the first 3 to 6 months? So I put that question in there because print on demand is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to be able to just jump right in and make thousands of dollars each month. It's actually really slow to get started. Most people don't make any sales in the first 3 months. I only probably made 5 sales, 3 to 5 sales in the first 3 months. So you're going to have to be okay with not doing that. So if you're in print on demand, if you're starting print on demand and thinking that you're just going to jump right in and make lots of money, that's not what it's all about. So if that's what you want, don't start print on demand. But if you're willing to put in a lot of time and work and be able to wait, kind of delay that growth, that gratification, then print on demand could be something that you would do. So just want to have that expectation in there that it's not quick. So that's the reason for question number 2. So question number 3 is, are you willing to research and learn what works and what doesn't? So the nice thing about print on demand is there's so many things that you can research about. There's so many videos online. It takes a ton of research to figure out what actually works and what doesn't. And luckily, there's lots of videos on there, free videos, not only on Detour Shirts on this YouTube channel, but there's a whole lot of other channels, a lot of groups, Facebook groups, just lots of people are willing to help. So you're gonna have to do the research on that, not only what works and what doesn't, but research what people wanna buy, research on the right keywords, research. It really helps. Use that data when you're researching to figure out and make your sales better, make your designs better, make everything better. So a lot of research goes into print on demand, probably more than you actually think. I think a lot of people, when they start print on demand, just want to put a ton of designs up and hope that they sell. And really it takes a lot of research to figure out how everything works and all of that. So research is a big part of print on demand, the print on demand business. And if you're willing to do that, then print on demand may be right for you. So question number 4 is, are you willing to abide by the terms and conditions of POD platforms, including copyrights and trademarks? So each print-on-demand platform like Redbubble and TeePublic, they all have their own terms and conditions. Each one of them is different. A lot of them have rules on there that you need to follow. Merch by Amazon has a lot of them too. So when you go on there, make sure you read the rules. If you're not playing by their rules, they can kick you off and you won't be able to do print-on-demand. One of the biggest rules, and one that's on every print-on-demand site, is copyright and trademarks. You need to learn what that is and follow those. Basically, don't copy anybody's design out there. If you see a design out there, you can't do that design. It's already copyrighted once they put it online, so you can't copy anyone's work. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. You should know that that's wrong. And you can't do any copyrighted material like don't do Disney or Marvel or anything from a movie or anything from a song. No NFL teams. Things that are trademark, you have to learn what trademarks are. If there's a phrase that is trademark, you can't do that as well. So lots of rules for print on demand, probably more than you thought they were before you started print on demand. So learn all the rules, make sure you're playing by the rules. Otherwise, you're going to get kicked off of the site and you won't be able to sell anything at all. So you're going to lose all that time you put in and things like that. So if you're willing to play by the rules of each print-on-demand platform, then maybe print-on-demand is right for you. Question number 5. Can you take criticism and improve over time? So everybody starts off pretty bad. If you haven't drawn a t-shirt or designed a t-shirt, your first ones are going to be pretty bad. And so when you ask for help, people might criticize your work, or when it's out there, people might say it's really bad, and that's okay. It's okay to be bad at first. The only way to get good at something is to be bad at something first and learn over time, right? So it's okay. You're gonna have to learn to take that criticism. I know a lot of people might sound like they're criticizing, but they're actually trying to help you. If they're saying, don't do this, don't do that, this is a better way to do that, take that as just learning experience and make it better. Learn over time what is a good design and things like that. So there's a lot to learn on print on demand, and it can take years for you to actually get to a place where you're making a good amount of money. So in that time, it's all learning. And so make sure that you're able to take that criticism. Don't take it personally. Just take it as a learning experience and learn and grow over time. And if you can do that, print on demand may be right for you. Question number 6. Can you come up with your own original ideas? Now this one's really important because, like I said before, you can't do other people's ideas. Once they're out there, they're copyrighted. So if you're just going on print on demand and trying to copy what's already out there, one, it's already out there. So if people want to buy stuff, they're going to buy the original and not yours. So you're going to have a hard time trying to make sales. So you're going to have to think about, brainstorm, think of different ideas that are original that people want to buy. So if you can come up with lots and lots of ideas, if you're that type of person, then that's going to benefit you a lot more than trying to copy other people. So it's okay to get inspiration from other people, but if you're just straight up copying what other people are doing, that's not going to help you in the long run. So get inspired by what's out there, learn to create your own ideas, come up with your own phrases. Take some time to brainstorm. If that's something you can do and come up with your own ideas, then print on demand may be right for you. So question number 7 is, are you willing to create what customers are looking to buy? So this goes along with question number 6. Not only do you have to come up with something original, but it has to be something that people want to buy. So a lot of people go into print on demand thinking, I'm just going to design whatever I want and people are going to love it and buy it. And that could be true if you're designing what people actually want to buy. So a lot of times that doesn't work out. So you have to do the research. Again, research here comes into play. Research what people are looking to buy. Now, it doesn't have to be something super specific, but there could be topics that people want to buy. So research, people love cats. So maybe do some things around cats, but people may not love, something that you love exactly. So you need to do the research to see if there's an audience for it. So not only do you have to come up with ideas, but come up with ideas that people want to buy. And I think you'll do well on print on demand. So if this is something that you can do, if you can do the research, figure out what people want to buy, come up with your own ideas, then print on demand may be right for you. Question number 8. Do you have an eye for good design or willing to learn about good design? Now, good design is very important. You need to know what makes a good t-shirt or a good product or a good design. A lot of people, when they first start, they design their own things to save money, and they have no idea what a good t-shirt looks like. So study the product, figure out what works. If you haven't designed a t-shirt before, go out into the wild, go to a store where they sell t-shirts and look at different t-shirts and kind of study, the placement and things like that. Now, you don't actually have to be the designer. A lot of people hire this out, but you actually have to know what the difference is between a good design and a bad design. And this can come over time, and you can learn this skill. But this is something very important to learn, because if you're putting things out that aren't designed well, people may not want to buy it. It's going to be, like I said, there's lots of competition out there. So your bad design is going to be next to a good design. And of course, the good design is going to stand out. People may not want to wear your design because it's not pleasing to the eye or whatever it is, right? So this is a very important skill to have. You don't have to actually be the designer, but you need to know when the designer makes one for you, is it something nice that people want to buy? So have a good eye for design, learn what that is, and you can get that over time. And if you're willing to do that and learn that, then print on demand may be right for you. Question number 9. Are you willing to work on your print on demand business 4 to 6 times a week for more than 3 years? So this is kind of similar to one of the other questions, just to let you know that this, not only is it a long road, but it takes a lot of work. So a lot of people think here that print on demand is passive income, and in a way it is true. You can make money while you're sleeping, but it takes a lot of work, week after week, day after day, for years. So to get to a point where you're going to be making a good income, what you think is a good income, thousands of dollars a month, things like that. So make sure you put in the time. This is not something that you can just load up 1,000 designs and just put it on the side. This is not like stocks. This is something that you got to work at it. Think of it more like exercise, where you have to work at it, go to the gym every, 3 to 5 times a week, every week for a long time, and you can't stop. You can't just let it go, because once you stop, then all that exercise goes away. So think of it like that. It's like working out. So if you got that kind of mindset, instead of thinking that it's more like stocks where you put everything all in at once and just go and relax at the beach, get the mindset right. Know that this is going to be a lot of work. If you're willing to put in the work day after day, week after week for years, then print on demand might be right for you. So last question here, question number 10. Are you able to use good keywords, tags, and SEO, or willing to learn about them? Now, one of the main things on print on demand is that you need to write your titles and keywords and descriptions so that people can find your work. And this is something that you can learn. There's lots of videos about it, and that's called SEO, search engine optimization, where you're using the right keywords for people to find. Basically, you're using words that people are actually going to use to search for your product. So if your design has a dog on it, make sure to use the word dog on it, because people are looking for that. People are going to look up dog t-shirt or something like that. So you find that, right? So it has to be related to your design, and using the right keywords can help people find your stuff. It's great to have a good design, but if nobody finds it, then nobody will buy it. So you have to have a great design and also be able to be found on these print-on-demand sites. A lot of these print-on-demand sites have their own marketplace on there, and that's great. So they do drive traffic and do ads and things for you like that. So it's a great way to that, but you need to have the right keywords so that people can find you. You can't just leave it blank, right? So learn how to do that. Again, lots of places to learn. If you're willing to learn how to do that and willing to use the right keywords and right tags and all of those things, then print on demand may be right for you. So those are all 10 questions right here. See them all. Go over them, take a snapshot. How did you do? Did you answer yes to all these 10 questions? If you did, then print on demand may be right for you. And if it is right for you, you may want to watch these other videos that I have here about print on demand so that you can learn more about it and get the side income going, and keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.